never fired even one bullet anywhere. And so, Madam Chair, I thank the Chair of Parliamentary Service Commission for inviting the IG to train those officers. So continuous training is a very important issue within the police service, and I appreciate the fact that all of us now believe that we should give the necessary budgetary allocation for continuous training. Currently, the National Police Service has revamped the regional training centers in many parts of the country to ensure that we have a framework for continuous training for police officers on human rights, on the Constitution itself, on managing crowds. At the moment, I want to report to the country that we are undertaking a training for our police officers to be ready to manage crowds differently, and that training is ongoing now, and we are taking a number of police officers in different contingents so that we can deploy them ahead of the others when there is public functions and or protests that may ensue. But the best remedy, Madam Speaker, is in this House. It is with the members of Parliament. It's with our leaders. If we change the way we do our politics, we will not need to deploy a single police officer. There are counties in this country that politicians are campaigning day in, day and out. They don't go around with any police officer because the ethics, the behavior, the values that they have as they campaign in their counties, both their citizens and those who are asking for votes understand that violence is not useful or helpful to anybody. But there are parts of this country that before elected leaders go for any function, they first have to spend money hiring either goons or gangs to accompany them to those functions. And Mr. Speaker, the solution is in this chamber. The solution is in this chamber and similar places where leaders are. If we can organize our politics differently, we will not need to deploy a single police officer. And even when we deploy just in case of a few criminals in there, they will not need to fire any single bullet because the politics are organized, they're clear, they're clean. Now there is a continuous spread of Goonism and hooliganism across the country. It used to be confined to the urban cities, to the cities actually. It used to be Nairobi problem, Kisumu, and a few other places. But now it's become a national problem. Even in rural areas, elected leaders and aspiring leaders are actually organizing goons across the country. I think that is the existential threat to national security in this country, because those who are organizing, Madam Speaker, are in both sides of the political divide. They are in different level of political campaign, and eventually they say, why did the police fire a bullet, or why did the police kill somebody? But had we not organized the goons to come to our meetings, we could not have that situation. Thank you. Madam Speaker, I think the other issue was there's a good question that was asked by the Senator of Nandi regarding the investigations that are going on in that accusation of alleged police brutality in Nandi County, and in the situation of Father Alois, who died in our county last year. Madam, in the county where I come from, that's Elgeyo Marakwet County, and was killed by suspected bandits. Madam Speaker, I can speak authoritatively on the question of Father Alois, because that's something I know, and I have followed through the story. The biggest challenge the police are facing is to get witnesses. Even where investigation lead to certain suspects, the problem is to get the witnesses, and where because many people get intimidated not to come forward to provide evidence. The other challenge was that these are illegal firearms. So even when you do ballistic analysis, the challenge is how to link that firearm to a person, because it is not a legally issued firearm. So, but the police officers have been doing everything they could to sort this issue. I'm glad also to note that despite the terrible situation that faced Father Alois and his family, that as a result of that,